I think some organizations have gotten it right. And Davida and I were talking about this last week, is really connecting this to the strategic initiatives of the organization, really having leadership that understands that diversity is profitable. I went to a presentation recently that said pride is profitable, and they had tons of data points around how diverse teams make a company better. And I think companies leaning into that even more, not from a number standpoint, not from a performative standpoint, but leaning into those differences and maybe even highlighting them or using mentorship programs like KPMG, one of our clients, really taking people that are completely opposite and putting them together so that they can stay open and curious with each other. I think folks, I had a landlord once that only lived in like 100 miles from Mississippi. And that was his experience, right? And I fully believe tabula rasa with John Locke, that we are a product of our experiences. So when you travel and experience other cultures, you're learning what's different about the world and questioning some beliefs you may have. So I think it's really important for organizations to go down that route of learning and unlearning with each other and making it okay to disagree. We have another client that's one of their values, is disagreement is okay. That's where the collaboration happens. That's where we get a little bit uncomfortable because we're learning something new. And I think that's where people get stuck, is they stay in their comfort zone. They stay around people that they look like and act like and learn like and read the same news stories. And that's where we're missing some of this.
While I believe in the democratization of movements and organizations, that is, people from the so-called bottom up, influence the organization, I think this is a case where we have to have good modeling and leadership from top leadership on this issue. If you have an all-male, all-white executive body and team, you're not exactly walking the talk. So I think it starts at the top. What you look like, what you sound like, and it can't be on a checklist. You can't be doing it because you want it to look good. I mean, an organization really has to believe in the idea, backed by research and science, that diverse teams produce the best results. The most diverse organizations have the greatest success. Not for diversity's sake. It is a known fact that when people with different experiences come together, be they experiences based on, race or gender identity or gender or religion or where you grew up or what you majored in, you're going to get the best results. Because we may want to believe we can see the whole world, but the truth is we can only represent that very narrow slice of the world we experience. The more diversity you get into the room, the more people available to look at the problem or the decision or to reframe the challenge. When you're fighting against this thing to be inclusive and diverse and equitable, you're really hurting yourself. Because now you are cutting yourself off from other opportunities.